What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to show you guys one of the most annoying defenses on Madden 24. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So first and foremost, if you are curious about any ebooks, please make sure you check out the website, allthingsmadden.com. The link is in the description. I have 2 offensive ebooks right now, and I have 1 defensive ebook. And like I told you guys, any day now it could be, more ebooks added. Slowly working on them. Got a lot going on, so I'm trying to make sure I fit everything in there. So this video is geared towards current gen, but you can run the same exact thing on next gen. Okay, the same exact thing. So the coverage is maybe a tad bit different because current gen plays different than next gen. But the core of it, you can use this on next gen. So I'm just going to primarily focus on current gen because I told y'all current gen, I got y'all. But if you're on next gen, you are going to get value out of this video. So I urge you just to keep watching. So without further ado, man, let's go on and dive into this. So you guys suspected it. We're going to be talking about this 3-4 odd blitz. And first and foremost, the most important thing I have to mention is going to be personnel. So with personnel, you really want to make sure you have athletic linebackers. Normally your number 1 and number 2 linebacker, but you want to make sure, so if you have a athletic left outside linebacker, you'd want to put them here. So whoever can actually cover, or really coverage. So I say athletic, I mean as far as coverage. So you want to put them in these 2 positions for your middle linebacker. Now up top, you really want to have speed. So in the case with the Bears, I like Eddie Jackson and Brisker, I think his last name's pronounced. So I like those 2 because you want to be able to move. Now, if you have no speed, you're more than welcome to put cornerbacks up here. So I would advise you, if you're playing MUT or you're in a really sweaty game, I would suggest you put cornerbacks up here because you're going to be using one of these 2. And I'm going to explain to you how all that works here in a second. But the other important thing before I mention anything is you want to go to your coaching adjustments. You want to put your auto alignment on, man. It's going to make your life 1,000 times easier, okay? Now, you're more than welcome to play around with any zone drops if you want to, but I'm going to talk to them as if they're off, okay? So, because you definitely don't need them to run this scheme. Now, there's kind of 2 versions to this. So, in our audibles, you want to make sure you put pinch bucko. And I love to come out in cover 4 drop. Now you also can alternate this, meaning that you can put your cover 4 drop as a pinch bucko audible, and you could come out in pinch bucko. So if you're fast with your adjustments, please come out in pinch bucko every single time and adjust. If you aren't that fast with your adjustments, please make sure you come out in cover 4 drop every single time, okay? Or you can come out in cover 3, but we'll talk about that, okay? So first, I'm gonna gear this towards if you're slow at adjusting. So we're gonna come out to cover 4 drop. Now I'm gonna just call this. So I'm gonna be switching formations a lot. So I'm just gonna start off in let's just go tight doubles for now, and let's just go. Let's do something like flood because that's a pretty popular play. So no matter what the formation is, and I'm gonna show you different formations in this video. So I'm gonna show you how I would adjust to each one. So that's for compression, which is what we're talking about now, and then we're gonna talk about doubles where they're spread out, and then we're gonna talk about trips. Okay, I wouldn't suggest you running this versus empty. You can, but I wouldn't suggest it. So anyways, if you want to use this cover 4 drop style, you want to first go ahead and crash your line outside or slant outside. You want to pinch your linebackers, and you want to globally blitz. So to do that, you press the right on the direction or press down on blitz all for linebackers. And lastly, you want to go ahead and press. Now, this is if you're slow with your adjustments, you have good coverage on the back end. Now, if you're on compression sets, I would highly suggest you go to the tight end side and user. Now, if it's where you have 2 receivers, so a receiver here and a receiver on the other side, you're just gonna have to play football. So what I like to do in those cases, I like to take my most athletic linebacker. So in this case, I know it's Tremaine Edmonds. He's my most athletic. I like to man him up to whoever that X guy is. So even if X is right here, where they have like your tight offset, tight end style, or your tights, I like to actually man him up to the inside, and I like to shade over the top. So that way we're trying to let this guy get the best chance he has to make a play. So I like to shade over the top, and I like to take my user and stand almost where the linebackers are. Now, what you want to do on the snap of the ball, you want to come try to grab the attention and go off, or you want to come and actually ride this all the way down and go cover something, if that makes sense. So now, if you have enough time, you actually can I didn't mean to do show blitz, but if you want to show blitz and do this style, you're more than welcome. But I personally don't like that style, and the only reason why is because you can get gashed in a run. So I like to actually bring the safety down like this, and now this is how I love to have it look. Okay, so we still haven't gotten in coverage yet. Okay, so I like to actually just do it right here, and all you want to do when the ball snap, you just want to come right here and you're lurking, you're looking, you're lurking, you're looking. Okay, now obviously I should have went to go cover triangle, but that's where you want to look for. You want to look for the leakage in your coverage. So there's another setup I want to give you, but just hold on for a second. So right here, we unfortunately we wasn't able to grab nobody, but because we're sending a blitz style of scheme, it's okay if you don't grab a lineman's attention. It's okay if he doesn't scream immediately, because there's going to be times where he screams immediately. There's times where they don't. Okay, it's just how Madden is today. So notice how right here he actually got like a little disengage. That's what we're looking for. So we're looking for either a screamer or a disengage. Okay, so again, that setup is crash outside, pinch our linebackers, globally blitz them, and then you want to press. Now you don't need to man up this guy. Okay, so if you want to actually cover whoever this is by yourself, you definitely can. I have a suggestion though. Okay, what you want to do if you're going to play that style of defense, you want to go ahead and deep half both of your cornerbacks. Okay, deep half them, and if you have time, play a cover 3 like this. This is one of my favorite things to do, simply because we're going to be able to cover the flats a lot ourselves. So from here we can go here and go straight to the flats if anybody's there, and notice how that time we got a 2-man shed. Okay, so that's how, in a nutshell, how this scheme works. Okay, this is basically it. So notice how we didn't even have to grab the attention. You know, we didn't have to. We're just looking to take away quick. Notice how quick this blitz comes in. Notice how they kind of do this little switch effect. It's just really glitchy. So you know you don't have to cover for long, right? So when you do it this way, where you blitz that linebacker, your opponent's gonna want to start trying to get the ball out faster. And that's where these other setups come in clutch at. Okay, so like I said, that's where we can man this guy up right here, and then we can actually play a cover 2 on this side. This is another one of the things I like to do. You can even have time to put him in a hard flat if you want to, and then we can go ahead and pass commit. So this is another setup that I really love versus compression style sets. And this way, all we have to cover is going to be this running back. Or you could take circle and put him on a deep half. And this way, we're playing almost a cover 2 style, right? So again, all we're gonna do is just come here. We're gonna try to grab somebody. That time we don't, but it's okay because we actually play decent coverage. And this is all Madden practice mode, so they're not gonna get the super crazy, super glitchy, super animated sheds, and that's okay. All we're looking for is to get high pressure on our opponent. Okay, so again, this defense in particular is if you aren't good at adjusting fast. Okay, I personally believe that pinch bucko works a whole lot better. So what we're gonna do for pinch bucko is we're actually going to excuse me, I lost my brain. We're actually going to pinch our linebackers and we're going to press. That is all we need to do. And like I said, I like to walk them down so that way he's right there. Now, one thing I like to do is just man up the guy that I like to be responsible for the running back, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna make sure I am. Now you can run straight man coverage if you want to, or we could turn this into a cover 3 shell, which is one thing I like to do. Notice it's like the same thing we just did, but for some reason this blitz is just a little bit more glitchier. They seem to get sheds a lot better. So I like to do it this way. I like to do everything out of pinch bucko. So for the couple minutes that I have left on this video, I actually want to show you guys I can't talk. I want to show you guys different formation. I want to show you guys how I would actually personally line up against them. So if they're playing more of a double style, like a true doubles, I don't know what PA dig go is, but I'm actually gonna just take him and move the running back. Now we'll block him. We'll assume they're blocking the running back, okay? And we'll motion this guy out too to make it more, you know, double style. So if you get this style of formation, I like to just go ahead and press. Notice when we press, we have our man align on, so it's gonna look just like man coverage, right? So I like to actually go ahead and base align right here and then go ahead and press. So when I base align and press, notice how our linebackers are gonna come in. It's exactly where we want them. But you might be like, well, Rel, who am I gonna use it, right? So this is where you just have to be a good football player, right? So I like to bring this safety down, and now we're gonna kind of play with our opponent's head. So I like to just stand right here, and if I'm gonna call this style of defense, I like to actually just go ahead and deep half both of my cornerbacks, okay? Now you might be saying, Rel, why? And I like to throw a triangle either on or put them in a third, or I'll take triangle and I'll put them on a flat like this and shade down, right? So turn it to hard flats. So I like this setup, and I'll pass commit, because what we're gonna do is on our user, we're gonna come here and then you know, lurk over here. So the only thing we have to worry about is the hard flat by the running back. But if you want to, this is what's good about this blitz. Okay, we can actually just switch it. We can just put X as the hard flat, if that makes sense. So either one you want to do is fine. With this setup, we're going to be able to play more in the middle, but we're vulnerable in the flats. So all that matters is that we're just going to be able to blitz these guys right here. So we want to try to grab somebody and then just look at how fast the pressure comes in. So like I said, it's random, but it's only random because it's all bad in practice mode. If we were in an actual game where it's all pro or even competitive setting, they actually scream a lot faster. You can tell right here that he's just going to come straight off the edge. So this is normally what you expect. And like I said, you don't have to cover for long. So that's why I like to have these like they do. Now, be very careful. On current gen, they can actually get blown past. So be careful about that. On next gen, they actually won't get blown past that bad. But if you're worried about that, just don't be bad, okay? If you're worried about it. So that's my favorite coverage, zone coverage versus double style. So with the trip style, let's just go verticals because people will love this play, okay? So basically, if they're going to call trips tight end style, we're going to go ahead and press. And the reason we press because we're going to make it look exactly like man coverage, right? So what we're going to do here is we're just going to globally blitz, pinch our linebackers just like that. Now, you might be saying, Rel, what about that deep half, right? Well, what about that quarter over there? What are you going to do about that? So the defense I love to play versus this is I love the user to the 3 receiver side, to the trip side. So any trips tight end offset style formations, I like to use this guy right here. So you might be saying, why not use this guy? Personally, I don't like to show my opponent that I don't have a man over the middle slot, if that makes sense. So it's more so because of disguising. So I like to come right here and we're going to be able to grab somebody's attention. So that means we get a free player to put in coverage. So I personally like to take my linebacker over there and then shade down and then pass commit to put him in a hard flat. Or if you're scared about that, you can shade over the top and you can take X and just individually put him in a hard flat and pass commit. So whichever one you're more comfortable with, that's fine. And last adjustment I like to make, if I'm on next gen, I like the deep half square. If you're on current gen, you probably just want to put him in a third instead of a quarter. If you're on current gen, okay? So we're going to pass commit, and again, all we're going to do is we're going to come here, try to grab the attention, and we're just going to look for somebody to lurk quick. So you might be saying, Rel, why leave 33 on that little, you know, quarter? And I'll show you how he plays when you put him on just, you know, he's just a regular quarter. So I know it looks like he doesn't play anything, and also your user doesn't need to fly down here like this because you're going to get ate up with this, but it's fine because this is a hard throw to make. But anyways, look at how the quarter kind of turns and actually plays this. That's why I like it, because about time the pressure comes, it won't have time to get over here. And if you're on next gen, they actually do match this a little well. So it's more so a next gen style setup too. But the reason I like this quarter is just because you actually can have a little leadway with this. So if I wanted to, I can actually go straight up top to guard this and then work my way down. And that route right there, the guy right there that's in that quarter, he'll actually get in the way of any like scat type of plays or any type of, you know, hitches or any type of, you know, dig routes, you know, like the level L style plays. That's where you know, he'll get into that anyway. So let me go ahead and show you this real quick. So like I was telling you guys, this is my favorite cover shell, and again, I like to throw him in a third. And when we're running this, you also can deep half square if you're worried about that quick throw. But I like to personally keep it like this on current gen. So we'll pass command again. I don't have to actually, you know, come all the way down here to lurk. I can actually just stand right here, and then on the snap of the ball, I can actually just go straight up top if I want to, come back down, you know. I have that option, or I could have just followed the tight end if I want to. So just throwing out there options for you guys. Just wanted to show you real quick. So just kind of notice how we're going to be able to screen only because of how wide this guy is too. So that's why I like it versus trip side, because every now and again he'll get a nice little bump or he'll get something, and what's going to happen is he has no choice but to block him, and then we're going to screen. So they're going to have to block that running back. And if they end up trying to block that running back and you know they're blocking them constantly, you can actually just go ahead and blitz this guy. You know, so that's what makes this formation so deadly. And again, I want to show you the play where this guy can actually play something, so you can actually be like, bro, why do you have this guy there? So it's just good for any it's good for any dig routes or anything like that. So just anything where our opponent is trying to show us that they want to hit us over the middle, it just puts a guy there. Now you're also more than welcome to quarterback spot him or put him in a vert hook if you want to. So let's go to trips tight end offset real quick, and let me just show you what I was talking about. So let's go to something like level sail, because Apparently people still love this play, and this will be the last thing before the video is over. I just wanted to kind of show you guys why I said I like this. So here's the coverage I was telling you about, and again, you don't have to run this particular one. You can flip it if you want to, but I like to stand about right here, and we'll pass commit still, and then we'll come here, we'll try to lurk here, and then we'll cover there, and just kind of notice how that quarter just played. Okay, just notice how it played. Now, what happens here is that he actually is able to take this throw away. So if you have somebody that's a lurker, you know, your acrobat style, he'll be able to get all kind of picks right here. So notice how he's kind of going to end up playing two routes. If you see that, he starts down low, he takes this away, and he works the climb up. So as a opponent, how do you even anticipate him playing like this? So that's why I like this. That's why I said it works really well. And what we're banking on the fact of, obviously with this style of setup, the tight end will eventually become open eventually. But normally your pressure is going to be there way before your opponent has a chance. So if you take a look, this is what your opponent sees right now. So, you know, he's reading the running back. He sees he can't throw that. He sees he can't throw this right here. So by this time, it's a sack, you know. So anyways, y'all know I like to go in depth, and I truly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for rocking with me. If you did enjoy this video, I would truly appreciate if you drop a like on it. It means the world to me. If you want to comment, I love hearing from you guys. I love being able to talk with y'all. So if you ever want to tell me something, more feedback, anything like that, I would appreciate it. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I do hope you have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.